they've separated themselves.
Yeah.
This is the spot.
Warmer than it often is on March 29th, but a lot of rain today. That hadn't kept anybody away. The stands are packed, the berm is packed, and they're looking forward to seeing these two old ACC rivals go at it. There's Sloat. We talked about his move now out of the box in this game to Johnston.
And that's just it. You have two shorties on Sloat and Johnston.
Here's McAdory over to Sloat. He'll get it to Molliver. Transfer from Maryland. He's had a great season in his first year at Duke. Inside, shoot, score! Duke gets on the board early, and it's Luke Graham, the transfer from Richmond, his 20th on the season.
This is massive on two fronts. The first is sometimes the way to beat this Notre Dame defense is to jam it inside. You need some really good crease play. Luke Graham is the inside presence for Notre Dame's overall scout. You have to know where Graham is, and he does a great job. Critical today.
Violation on the face-off, and it's going to go against Notre Dame. So Engelke, second in as many face-offs, wins possession for the Blue Devils. This is a Blue Devil team that got wrecked. Worst game of the year in their last outing against Denver in Dallas, where they only scored 6 goals. Jump shot on the outside of the net. Their shooting was abysmal in that game too, Clark. They only shot 15% for a team that was top 5 in the country in shooting last year and still top 5 this year at over 34%, despite the fact that they had that terrible game last week.
Yeah, one of the top shooting teams. Actually, both of these teams are top 5 nationally in shooting percentage, but last week was awful.
How about 100% shooting for the Irish? Jordan face-on evens this game at 1 apiece.
Last week was awful for Duke finding the back of the net. The last time on the field for Notre Dame, they lit up Michigan with pinpoint accuracy type shooting. Today we get a big dose of athleticism. Aiden McGuire is one of the top short stick deep middies in the country, 23 in blue. You see the speed of Faison. You just can't match him feet to feet. McGuire, you know, a lot of places you'd say, oh, it's raining, they're not coming. Hardy Midwest people, Cotter, fighting through the elements.
Jeffrey thought about stepping down there and letting it rip. Instead, he thought better of it. We haven't even come close to a shot clock violation in this game yet. These two teams are firing. Face on, up top, over to Jeffrey. Good move by Jeffrey to get open and scores. He beat McGuire that time.
Let me put in perspective how athletic the midfield on the field right now for Notre Dame. Faison blows by McGuire for the first goal. The second Irish goal is by another wide receiver from the football team. Matt Jeffrey, freshman, #1 rated recruit nationally in the sport of lacrosse. Feeling it.
Speed, but also draws a lot of attention. Tried to get it inside. Graham couldn't handle the pass. That was a good look.
And they have Will Angrick on the field right now playing defensive midfield, one of the Irish's best offensive midfielders, but a great two-way guy.
Slowed on the run, just too high.
In a day and age, Cotter, where it's so specialized, 10 in white, Angrick is about as good of a two-way midfielder as there is in the country. An old school guy. Kevin Corrigan says, you got 10 of those guys, we're playing old school lacrosse and I'm gonna win.
He'll put in some miles today, up and down this field. Sloat steps into another one this time, finds the back of the net.
The move to midfield, paying off. Who do you prioritize if you're Notre Dame with Sloat, Johnson, and McAdory? Sloat's gonna get a short stick all game long, and it's his perimeter presence, a lot like Johnson. Johnson very two-handed. Sloat loves the left hand, but he can hammer it. Look at the placement on that shot. Richie Ordelli, a right-handed goalie. Nobody's making that stop when it hugs the pipe, and it's screaming at 90. 2023, the two flashbacks we saw, they met so many times in monster May NCAA tournament games.
Man up for 30 seconds for the Irish. Only 29th in the country, just right about 40%, so down a little bit than what you might expect.
Oh, last year they were number one, 67%, historically one of the best ever.
Tough angle shot, they find it though. That was the man you would expect from a tough angle. Jake Taylor, his 17th of the year.
You know what I love about this shot and the deception? When Taylor catches that on the low right wing, I think he's shooting the ball high. I think he's going to change his levels. And I've seen him so many times from that same release point shoot the ball high. So he kind of stops his release a little bit shorter than normal. And look at the placement here. I think he has Jamison.
Two guys, the diminutive Maheras.
Yeah, watch his feet though, really quick.
Seymour extends the Irish lead.
Jalen Seymour, known for a big-time heavy shot. Needs an extra beat a lot of times to get it off. But it's the pick-off and the deflection by Ramsey that allows the Irish to get this opportunity. So if you give him that extra beat, right, he's not one of these guys who catches and shoots in one motion. It's catch, cradle, cock back, and let it fly. So if he has the time, he can make you pay.
Behind to McLean. Now Harris, good catch. Tried to get a pick from Taylor. Defense slipped it. Wow, the Irish from that spot. That's at least the third time today, Clark, we've seen somebody from this Notre Dame offense just find the back of the net from that very spot.
If you were to see the Seymour goal and then the McLean goal, contrasting styles. Seymour, that big swooping motion. McLean is the perfect example of catching the ball and shooting in the same exact spot. So we got great ball movement, the eyes of the defense on 50. Chris Cavanaugh, it's catch and shoot, man. There's not even a cradle there. That is a beautiful shot by the grad student, Devin McLean. You see that there, Cotter, right? It's catch. There.
McLean gets a step on his defender, shoots it high.
Yeah, there's that release again. And when you have that kind of release, it allows you to not have the fastest shot. Like Devin McLean, if you were to line up all these guys and put the radar gun out there, he's not one of the hardest shooters, but his release is so quick. It's better than a guy who shoots 95 miles an hour that needs so much time to get it off.
Finley shoots and scores.
Now, if he gets going, as Kevin Corrigan's clapping, Fisher Finley, I thought, emerged late in the season, was one of those players on the three lines of midfield a year ago, expecting a big season out of him. Redshirt junior. It's only his fourth goal this season, but you look at the physical presence too. I mean, he is a monster at 6'6". He's got the...
That has been tilted in this direction, clearly. Face on the run, shoots, bounces it. Maybe trying to handcuff Jamison a little bit.
So Jeffries and Faison came a little late, gave them some time off in the beginning of the season, coming off of football. When these guys start gelling with the rest of the team.
Oh, beautiful pass, headshot!
You want to know where there's real gel? The name Cavanaugh, the name Taylor. Does that ring a bell?
So many times in the past, and they do it again.
Set in the open, Chris Cavanaugh. The questions, could he quarterback? Could he feed with Pat gone now? The Tewaaraton winner. The answer is yes. He's averaging almost 2 assists a game. And when you couple him with the master off-ball player in Jake Taylor, that is just two players that don't need to say a word to each other. And then the backhand beauty to increase the angle. Taylor knows it.
Instead, he gives it off to Angrick. Now Angrick's got the shorty on him, back to his right. Tried to get a better angle. Instead, he lost control. McLean does a nice job of
Get that second-time grounder, though, on a defense that's playing a lot.
Oh, trickles in. Jamison got a piece of it. Couldn't get enough of it. You said it, Clark. Second chance. You're going to give this team a second chance? Good luck.
No fun. I talked about Fisher Finley being like an old-school North-South Dodger. You watch Will Angrick for years now on tape. He makes so many of his plays, even on that missed shot, kind of like where attackmen shoot the ball. So he stays, he goes around. Watch him, follow 10. What tremendous lacrosse IQ to miss it on the left and then to follow the rotation of the ball to be the recipient on the opposite side from where he missed. Like, that is a...
Will track him all the way down. He thought about firing on the run, but pulls back. Now Johnston.
So now you have to rely so heavily on the playmakers up top, or you have to strike in transition. Go from defense to offense and not let Notre Dame get in their settled packages defensively.
McAdory blew by his defender, but Buckner was there to force him wide. Now he's got the shorty on him. Can he take advantage? He does.
This guy's got heart. And if you want to find spots to attack from behind, when Duke's backs were against the wall against Michigan, Andrew McAdory, a midfielder, inverted from behind and scored 3 straight goals, including the tying and winning goal early in the season against the Wolverines with moves a lot like this. So if you're not getting any action from behind, take one of your top playmakers like McAdory and send him behind to make those types of plays, because now Notre Dame has to respect behind goal. Next step, I feel, as a short stick D midi. We know about Ramsey. Alakwa's been tremendous in spots this season.
Our next NLL game right here on ESPNU is tonight. 2 of the top teams in the league. The 4th place Mammoth take on the 2nd place Rush in Saskatchewan, 9 Eastern.
You ever been to Saskatchewan?
I have not. Goal scored by Taylor. That's the hat. Taylor's from Denver. He's kind of close to Saskatchewan. Well, take a road trip.
The tie-in here that I'm going to give you is Jake Taylor's going to be an incredible indoor player.
Oh, yeah.
He's going to play.
He might play for Saskatchewan one day.
Yeah, he might play for Saskatchewan one day.
Or the Mammoth,
he's going
hometown.
to play in 2 leagues for many, many years. The NLL and the PLL, indoor and outdoor game, because of his ability to operate in tight quarters and just a nose for the net. Jake Taylor played a tremendous... You have to score. In a game where your offense is clicking, maybe you can miss some of those, right? If you're playing at a crazy pace, but not in this game.
Right. In a game where your offense is clicking, even down 6, it's not like it's the end of the world here in the 3rd quarter. You could make a run. We just haven't seen that type of a play in this Duke team, that a run is in the offing.
It's not 16-10. It's 9-3, right?
Even there, I thought Sloat might have had a good shot. Johnston, though, wow! There's no defense for that.
Wow is right. There are very few midfielders in this game that are as two-handed as Ben Johnston, but do it with the power. Look at this absolute rip with his offhand. Just watch the back of the net. On a rainy day in South Bend, Ben Johnston. He wants to make a play. He's an aggressive player. He's a fantastic player. He's tough as nails. It's just, that's not the play you want.
Now the Irish man up. And they will be for the remainder of this quarter plus. Whether they score or not, it's full time. They're the cut and a score. Jeffrey Ricciardelli, the man up specialist. His 3rd such goal of the year, 8th overall. The Irish increase the lead back up to 6, and they are still man up.
You remember moments ago I mentioned Chris Wojcik, the offensive coordinator, focusing on spreading out the scoring. Quick passes, hot potato. This is about as good as it gets. The way that ball's spinning and the way that Richie Urdelli, the older brother of the goalie Thomas, Jeffrey anticipates.
$30 to CityLex.
And
Our
that
old
means,
friend Eamon
yes,
McEnany.
that means the New York City slicker Eamon McEnany is doing the Irish jig.
Yeah.
Every ground ball, McEnany is the Lower East Side right now doing the Irish jig.
And CJ Kirst as well. Any ground ball either one of those two pick up, they're donating $10 for CityLax. So Eamon McEnany happy with the score on the scoreboard and happy with Chris Kavanaugh's performance. Former Irish lacrosse player himself. McAdory. Can he himself put this team on his back? That's
Wow.
the start.
Look at the energy. This guy wants it. He's willing and able to carry a team. We've seen it before. He just needs some dogs to follow him because he's a certified one. Andrew McAdory wants it. You saw him inverting in the third quarter. This time, a high wing dodge gets the defense kind of guessing. Is he coming over or under? Losing his angle with the offhand. He just pounds this. Look at the placement on that shot. Wow. Just drops in the corner.
Blue Devils have. Here's Picorni, the freshman. Picorni. Angry. Just up top with McLean. Now he steps in. It's his own man. Ricochets off, but he gets a beautiful pass. Another great pass, and Richard Daly finishes. I don't even know, Cart.
Bonkers. Is that the word you're looking for? Three things happen. The follow-up with Picorni following his shot with a great grounder. And then the pass by Jake Taylor. And then the back cut by Richie Urdelli. Look at this pass. Whoop.
In one motion.
That is gorgeous lacrosse. I mean, Taylor could have just turned around and scored. But why not throw a BTB beauty?
McAdory trying to do it all his own. Richard Daly is there. Can't find it. Loose ball picked up, though, by Campese. And a little bit of trouble in the corner. Gets it back to Richie Urdelli. Here's Alakwa. Gets it to Kavanaugh. Back to Alakwa. Will he step down? No, instead passes in front. Taylor scores!
Taylor's putting on a show. This guy can roll out of bed and score 4 goals and have a couple of assists. Like, it's unbelievable how smart of a lacrosse player he is. We saw the behind-the-back pass. Now it's the face dodge because he sees the pressure. He sees the defense coming after him. So he dips under with a face dodge. And Melendez, the freshman, scary for the rest of the landscape in college lacrosse that the 2-time defending champs starting to put it all together.
And you mentioned it, Clark, before. It is a different team. They lose generational players. Pat Kavanaugh, Liam Enseman. That man replaced Liam Enseman, and he's playing like
he's been awesome.
An All-American
Awesome.
goalie. You lose Eric Dobson from the midfield. No problem. We got 7 other guys. Kavanaugh scores! He adds to his impressive day, and yet another goal score for the Irish. Everybody enjoying the party here in South Bend today.
I was asking for some end-to-end action for Duke to come into this 4th quarter, close a gap. Notre Dame does this exactly off a 6 save by Thomas Richie Urdelli. The proven short stick defensive midfielder Ramsey to the guy who sat back and distributed today. This time he takes it himself.
You don't say that about anybody except CJ Kurse this year, where you could say he could score 8 today. 8? Come on,
because
give me a break.
If a defense decides, Cotter, to slide from the inside, he will score 8 goals. A lot of teams are pinching the inside and won't slide from Jake Taylor, forcing the midfield to step up and dodge and score unassisted goals. But they can do that now. So down the stretch, how do you defend Notre Dame? Do you slide from Taylor? If you do, good luck with that. If you don't slide, these middies are going to have a field day.
Like my hair is here. Jamison makes the save, but the rebound goes right to Taylor, and that was in his stick for 1,000th of a second.
You see the smile, too. Guy loves playing the sport of lacrosse. He's battled multiple knee injuries over his 6 years. Look at the rebound, too. He's just, the ball's like a magnet on his stick. Chris Cavanaugh had a great pass.
Shut down. Campese's played a brilliant game, 25 in white. Curtius, freshman, nowhere to go with it. $20 to shoot for the Blue Devils. Cusalito, nothing. Forces it inside. That time he found his man, Luke Graham. I shouldn't say force it because Graham was open. It was just a beautiful pass.
Yeah, credit Cusalito here for holding on to that ball and then forcing the inside. I said it earlier off of Graham's first goal. To beat Notre Dame, you got to be willing to jam it inside. Graham, a natural left-hander, occupying that crease area. We've seen very little action from behind the cage.
Sloat. That's a good look. Papendick can't find a shot, though, as he drops the ball. Picks it back up. Maybe it was Q, because Q is not the most popular guy in Syracuse. Just seems like when he's there with Anish. Anish gets all the flowers. Johnston again.
You know, Ben Johnson's only a sophomore, but I can tell you right now, he is going to be a huge pro prospect one day for the PLL. His physical size, his speed, his two-handedness. Again, this is a lefty rip. This is a right-handed player. There's only a handful of midfielders, not even a handful, just a few. A couple that can hit with both hands. Luke Rowe from Syracuse, we'll see him next week, is one of them.